Okay, I'm gonna be like hex down.
Yeah, no, we're gonna be like, yo, this is Mark,
What's
bless
the
up.
opposite of bless? Curse. No.
Again,
Dude, oh, like,
Here
hey
we go.
guys, cursed up.
Welcome to Magic and Chill Podcast. Magic and Chill Podcast. This is
again. Here we go. Break the link, lose a life. Send this podcast to 5 people, or death will come for you. I thought I'd start this podcast with a chain letter. You remember chain letters back in the day? Ever get
I
those
get
those
it.
creepy emails? I figured
What?
if they don't send this podcast to 5 people, they'll die. So they might want to be,
Oh,
they might want to do what it says.
like we curse them, right? Pretty much. Oh.
Right. Hey there, Planeswalkers. Welcome back to another thrilling episode of Magic and Chill. I'm Charlie, and here with me today are my awesome co-host.
Hey, what's up, guys? Mark, how's everyone doing in the podcast universe? Is that what's going on?
And yo boy in all black with the metal writing on him. Kingdom of the motherfucking rats.
Hey, everyone, excited to dive into some exciting topics today.
Absolutely. We've got some scorching hot topics to discuss. So let's get started.
First up, the big news in the Magic world, draft and set boosters are now replaced by play boosters. It's an interesting move by Wizards of the Coast, and it's got players buzzing.
Yeah, it's certainly shaking things up. We'll dive into what the change means for us as players and the impact on card prices and the future of our booster packs.
Plus, we'll share our initial impressions and how it might affect our own deck building strategies.
Yeah, so Mark Rosewater, he released this official article. He commented on some of the changes. I'm going to click. Can you guys see that article?
Yes, I'm looking
Yeah.
at it now. Already viewing the problems. Set boosters were eclipsing draft boosters for obvious reasons because people who are buying a pack want to pull good cards from it.
Yeah.
Funny how that
Yeah.
works. And then that problem causes inventory problems here. And then it began the abandonment of draft boosters, which is also stuck LGs with massive amounts of inventory that they now must let go at a discounted price.
Oh, well, basically, yeah. So they're just stating all the issues they saw between draft and set boosters. No one was buying draft booster boxes. And then pretty much like set boosters is all people wanted to get. So in light, they're just like, hey, combine them. And so pretty much it's a booster pack with one less card. And then I guess you have more potential to pull some rares. So
effing ridiculous.
yeah, but the price I think is going to be the same as a set booster, maybe a slight difference.
We all know
more,
it's going to be
so-
more expensive.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and I will say that playing Commander mostly, I still on the occasion have friends who call me and or maybe they just text me or post on Discord really. They'll say something like, hey, is anyone looking to draft this set? Or I'm thinking of getting a draft box and drafting it at my house on Saturday. And then a couple people get together, they all buy into it. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun, right? Because like draft is definitely its own thing. There's people that just draft. Where I'm going with this is that draft boxes weren't the most useless product. Like they serve their purpose, right? They're supposed to be balanced so that when you go and you play draft or limited, you would have a pack with several rares in it because obviously that would be a huge advantage. And so it was just a way to draft to balance draft play. But nobody was buying them, one, because people either didn't play draft or limited, and obviously you want to buy a set booster because there would be the chance that you would get more than one rare in it.
it seems like they're just they limit the card amount from 14 to 15. So that's, I think, might be like just them trying to save money, on packs or cardboard, But I think it's a good thing. I guess newer players in Magic, it's not as confusing now because you got like this box, this box, this box, and new players kind of overwhelmed or whatever. Like if they're kids or whatever, they don't know what to get. So I don't know. It's a little different. I've never drafted either, so I know the concept of it. I know people enjoy it. So I don't know if this will change drafting because it's a pack trying to combine two. So you might have more rares or even more.
Yeah, did draft packs have the list in them before?
Yes,
that might have been a while.
No, the list, that's still staying, but they're changing it from like, I don't know, like 200 cards to 40 cards. So they're limiting that. Yeah, so I think it's just a weird play that they're trying to, they heard people complain and this is their remedy, maybe. I don't know. I think as a consumer, like, yeah, go ahead.
I think what happened was that they just weren't selling draft boxes, and so you just had stores buying boxes, not being able to get rid of them, and then just kind of being in the hole for that product that wasn't selling. What I think is funny is as a consumer, and I don't know if this is where you're going to go with it, but as a consumer, when there's competition between companies, the consumer ends up being the beneficiary of that stiff competition. And let's be honest, like Magic doesn't really have a competitor, at least one that they acknowledge as being a competitor, right? Like they don't think Yu-Gi-Oh! They don't think Pokemon is a competitor. They don't think Frost and Blood is a competitor. And rightfully so, right? They're like several, they're also just backed by Hasbro. And so they're just like in a really good spot as far as being like weathering economic conditions. And this is the part of the podcast, again, where we're talking about financials that we probably really don't have any business talking about. But I think it's funny and worth saying because we do consume the game. And so just as a consumer, I'll personally speak to that you end up winning, right? And in this case, it's not even Magic being more competitive against another game or company. Magic is being competitive with themselves, and really probably the pressures of Hasbro executives putting that pressure on them, like, hey, the draft boxes aren't selling, what the heck? And then you got a bunch of like middle management being like, oh shit, we got to fix this, right? And so at the end of the day, Hasbro probably putting pressure on WotC or Wizards of the Coast. You would have like this outcome now, and I think arguably you can say it's going to be a better product, right? So I'm all for it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm for it. What do you think, Kingdom of the Rats?
I can imagine being in the board meeting and listening to all the very intensive discussions and conversations about what we should do with the unwanted boxes upon boxes of draft booster boxes that nobody wants because we created a better product called a set booster.
So there was another topic that came up in the Magic the Gathering news. So one of the big things that just released this week, or when you listen to it, probably maybe the week after, but Magic is combining, or they got the IP for Marvel. So that's like a huge thing. And so they're going to release Marvel product with Magic. So pretty much like decks, commander decks, sets, like actually booster sets or blocks. So that's something that was pretty big. I'm excited for because I was like, dang, they got Marvel. So that's a big IP. But yeah, it's a big topic. 2025 is when it's going to come out. So in 2 years, we gotta wait a while pretty much for the product. But yeah, something I'm interested. I'm looking forward to building like an X-Men commander deck. That'd be pretty sick. I don't know. So what do you guys think about that?
Was never into Marvel. I've never really been into Marvel. I guess I was into Dragon Ball Z and such as a young child. So this product is just simply not for me. Charlie, what, my dear Charlie, what do you think about it, sir?
I think there's something cool about having like the Punisher and Wolverine and to a certain extent, if you guys have played Marvel Snap, we kind of already got a taste of what that feels like to play Marvel characters in a card game. And so like I honestly enjoyed playing Marvel Snap a ton. I thought it was a super cool game. Kind of borrowed from a couple other games, right? In the TCG world. Like it took a lot from the game Smash Up. And I want to say even the creator of Smash Up made Marvel Snap. All that to say is that like licensing isn't hard for Wizards of the Coast, right? Like don't forget that they're owned by Hasbro, and Hasbro has been licensing since World War I, right? So like they know the licensing game.
I think that's an interesting place to interject. Like, what crazy IPs would you like to see in Magic, Charlie? Name a couple. Come on. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Alf, perhaps.
Alf.
Maybe the
Secret Lair Alf.
The Redskins. I think that would be an incredible commander deck. Where the fuck are they from? The Cincinnati Redskins. Yes, indeed. Well, I'll tell you, IP that I want to see Magic do is Discovery Channel Shark Week commander decks. Can you imagine how incredible those would be? Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Or Breaking Bad duel decks. Wouldn't that be something? I would be into that. No, I wouldn't be into that. Kingdom of the Rats are not pleased. Big Five sporting good commander decks.
Well, they got the license to do Evil Dead, so that's for a Secret Lair and then Creepshow. So the IPs they're getting are kind of targeted, I would say, to certain individuals.
Now let's talk about some of our favorite instant spells. You know, those game changers that can turn the tide of battle in an instant.
Yeah, I got a spicy one that I think everyone should have in their deck. And it's not just counter spell.
My dog just let out a spicy air biscuit, and it's literally starting to tear my eyes up. But I've picked one that's been a game saver for me countless times. Let's see if we've got any overlapping favorites.
So my first one is an instant, of course. Silence. For 1 white mana, your opponents can't cast spells this turn. My next one is Chaos Warp. For 2 and a red, instant. The owner of target permanent shuffles it into their library, then reveals the top card of their library. If it's a permanent card, they put it onto the battlefield. So
not a huge fan of that one.
It's such a wild. I don't know. I like this card. It's not like top tier or whatever, but I think it's just the outcomes of it could be kind of funny or not, you know. You could just whiff it, you know. And then
I mean it can be a chaos deck though, right? It can be in like an Rakdos deck. So you could potentially know what the top card is if you played your hand right. You know what I mean? Like you can tutor and then put something huge out on top. And then cheat it out.
Yeah. So and then I forgot to mention in my last one, it's one of my favorite cards right now. I typically play a lot of mono white or have white in my deck, so it's pretty much I think majority of the 3 decks I play have it. So it's Akrama's Will. So for 3 and a white, it's instant. Choose 1. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, you may choose both. So creatures you control gain flying, vigilance, and double strike until the end of turn. And then creatures you control gain lifelink, indestructible, protection from all colors until the end of turn. So, this card is just a staple card in my decks. It's like pretty much a finisher, but you can use it for multiple things. It's kind of like a toolbox card, which I think I've stated that I love kind of cards that kind of do multiple things. Toolbox, it's just like, you know.
I'm gonna just state that you've whooped my ass with this card very recently.
Oh yeah, that 1v1 game.
For 4 mana, it's fucking broken. Like, that's broken. Like, it's a broken card.
What does it do again?
Creatures you control gain flying, vigilance, and double strike. So like, if you even got 3/3/3s out, like, which is not out of the ordinary on like turn 4, you're gonna fucking swing for fatal like the next turn. It's nuts, man.
Yeah, but yes, and if you have your commander out, you pretty much get you get flying,
double
vigilance,
strike,
double strike, lifelink, indestructible, and pro all colors. So pretty much I think when this card came out in Commander Legends, I was like, dude, this card's great. And then I ended up, this was before anyone knew it. They're like $5, I think. So I picked up a whole playset pretty much.
Like you picked up
now they're
3 of them.
Yeah. Now they're it's like a $20-something card now.
For sure.
It's a hitter, man. But those are my cards. I think
and your first card was Silent.
Yeah. So the reason I use this card in some decks, some of my combo decks too. Pretty much if you play silence, pretty much if no one has any answer, you could just outright win the game, you know? So most of my buddies play, I think Core and buddy Jake play mono black, so they never have counter spells. So
unless I'm playing Memnarch, which is nothing but islands and counter spells. Remember that deck?
That was such an annoying deck. Yeah.
Yes, you got quite upset, my good man. I did not feel good about it, but the card game was exceptionally enjoyable.
Cool. I'm sorry, Kingdom of Rats. Do you want to tell us what your cards are?
Docked in real time, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, thank you. Yes, the Kingdom of the Rats is here, and we are ready to reveal our choices today. Oh, you like that, huh? Yes, that is what you're doing. Our real name is insignificant compared to the power of the Kingdom of the Rats, which is why we choose to be referenced in this manner. So, let's begin. 3 instance, the Kingdom of the Rats swears our lives down upon. This first one, mono black. It is titled Withering Boon. It is 1 colorless and 1 swamp, and it is labeled as an interrupt, which for you little youngins, you little tadpoles, interrupt is an old term from the beginning days of Magic. It has since been lumped together with instant. You can see what it means. Interrupt, it can like interrupt something like another person's turn or something, but clearly they changed it to instant. And so let's take a look at what Withering Boon does. So after paying your colorless and 1 swamp, you then pay 3 life. Woof. She's a thirsty bitch. And then you get to counter target summon spell. Wow. In mono black. Get the F. Wow. That is so cool. One of my favorite cards of all time. I love the art. It's like a very strange woman shooting a Kamehameha Dragon Ball Z wave. And she looks to have like genitals of different kinds and all. It's a very strange image. And let's take a look at the flavor. Life for life. This is the immutable law. Panya, Granger Guild Mage. Incredible. Any thoughts from my gentleman here?
It's a cool card. Very niche card in mono black. So, yeah, not a lot of people play this though. So, commend you for playing it, because
Kingdom of the Rats is not interested in the current likings of mortals. You see, rats, we're here forever, and we'll always be here, and we will be playing Withering Boon forever. Charlie, what do you think?
Yeah, I really like the art. It kind of looks like a hooker from the game GTA 5 is throwing a Hadouken.
Hadouken is not a beam. Hadouken is more of like a ball of blue fire. This is a beam. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I guess you might be missing the fact that this isn't a blue card, right? And if it was a blue card and you had to pay 3 life to counter a target spell, for 2 mana, that's still good. It's a black card, and so that to me makes this like
off the chain. The next one is actually a blue card, even though I play mostly black. My heart is still with the blue. And so this next one is Brainstorm, very popular card. A lot of people know it. It costs just merely 1 island. And it's an instant, and you draw 3 cards, then you take 2 cards from your hand, put them on top of your library in any order. So it is a fantastic card to do whatever you would like to do at that given moment. Perhaps pull a creature, pull an enchantment, pull a spell, get a land out. Incredible. The only drawback is, you have to put 2 cards back down on your library and then draw those cards, eventually until you get something new, but still extremely powerful and useful. And let's check out the flavor here. So it says, I reeled from the blow, and then suddenly I knew exactly what to do. Within moments, victory was mine. Gusta Ebbas daughter, Kejlorn Royal Mage. So cool. I always look at the old art where it's like a bug man with like his mouth wigging out, and there's all these like electrical storm going on behind him and everything. One of my favorite cards. Okay, what do you think, gentlemen?
All good picks. Solid instant spells, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, good card, good art. I really doubt that the designers of this could have foreseen the impact that it would have had on other formats moving forward. I mean, I can't even imagine how it was even made. I don't even know what set this would have been balanced in. I think for one island to get that effect is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially
Staple
only drawing
card.
one card, but because placing two back then sets you back, so the next two turns you're not getting anything new. But still, I'll take the chance. That's the balance of it, and it's a beautiful balance. Anyways, my third choice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'd love to hear your insight.
I was just gonna say. It's just you drop it early game because maybe you're thinking you're missing a land drop, and so you could look 3 cards in deep and pull land up. If you pull it late game and you use it late game, you push land down. And so
Sure.
I just think it's perfect deck manipulation, which is classic blue shit.
Yes,
Always.
classic blue.
Blue
Yes.
has some
Yep.
OP power.
Yes, we hate blue around here. Which brings me to my next card. Mono black for 1 swamp. It's called Darkness. And wait. Sorry. What is that on? Oh, no. Oh, how embarrassing. I apologize. It is called Darkness. Okay? It's an instant. And
You imagine if it was
Darkness.
and it is prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. And that's in mono black, indeed. That's usually something in green. What is that? Fog.
Fog effect.
And a couple other
flavor thing.
in prevent, but to black to have that prevent all combat damage for 1 swamp. Let's check out the flavor, ladies and gentlemen. If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride and hug it in mine arms. William Shakespeare. Beautiful.
Is he a
Indeed. What do you
planeswalker?
think, gentlemen?
William,
Is there really?
he's a
Why?
legendary creature, Williams Shakespeare, huh?
Why is there a William Shakespeare?
I don't think they
What
thought
was
out
that?
the storyline. Like at these, what city is
I
this
can
from?
tell by your voice that you're quite amused. But if you look on the card, it indeed has a William Shakespeare quote on it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Have you played this card? Like, you have it in your deck, right? I've never seen you
I
play
have
this card.
multiple copies that I've owned since I was 13 years old, and the Kingdom of the Rats is now 40 years young. So as you can see, very old cards here that we have saved down in the sewers, in the rat sewers. where it's very
I was
difficult
just
to keep
saying,
things.
like, it's a good card to prevent some. I've never seen you play it in Commander. Like, if you have it, watch.
Yes.
Since I say it,
I've just never had to use it, but yeah, it's so good. It's good for politics. You could save somebody else's life. Somebody is talking all big and going, "Okay, I'm going to take you out this turn. Then I'll just have to deal with him." And they do their attack, and then you just cast darkness and prevent any attack damage by anybody. It's very beautiful, and then yes, it's so cool since it's an old card. It literally has a William Shakespeare quote on it. Absolutely beautiful. I believe it is your turn, Charlie. What is your instance? The Kingdom of the Rats is very, 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 very eager to hear.
What I was
Yes,
gonna
we're
say
doing
is
it
that
now.
there's a common theme with your picks, and it's abilities that normally are staples in other colors are showing up in black. Right? You did.
Indeed.
So the reason that I think red, this is fog, right? This is fog by a different name, right? We all know
yeah,
fog,
indeed.
right?
Indeed.
So
yeah, but it
the
doesn't have a
reason-
William Shakespeare quote on it.
Right, that's right. So the reason red doesn't get fog is one, it just wouldn't really make sense from the flavor of red. And then it'd probably end up being really shitty, right? Because if you think about red deck wins, how hard it is to kind of keep up with that deck. Can you imagine if red had access to fog? Like you'd never be able to race against red deck wins decks, right? You wouldn't be able to weather the storm. Two, if blue got fog, it would make sense from a flavor point because it seems like some blue bullshit to do. It would make perfect sense. But can you imagine if blue had fog, how broken that would be? Like how hard it would be to fight blue if it had fog as well, right? So I think black deserves a fog.
But why does green? Isn't that interesting? Green with all the big creatures, like why would it get fog originally?
Well,
it seems like it should have only been black, in my opinion.
Yeah. White gets it too, though. White, there's fog type effects in white, right?
Yeah, there's a lot
Fairies
of cards,
protection bullshit like that and all.
Yes, but it's different. It's not no combat damage this turn. It's like everybody phases out and then phases back in. Shit like that. This is just one mana too.
I think fog does not discriminate. Okay, my first pick is Anguish Unmaking. It's one colorless, one plain, one black. So 3 converted mana cost. Exile target non-land permanent. You lose 3 life. Flavor text
awesome
read.
card.
Sorin had created Avacyn, so it was a cruelty beyond imagining, a pain beyond description, that it fell upon him to end her ass forever.
That's so dope.
Great card. I use this card all the time.
Yes, the Kingdom of the Rats is very jealous of this card because it is not in mono black. We cannot use it unless we had white. We would never do such a thing. It's even ridiculous to mention that. And so yes, incredible card. Very jealous.
I agree. I play this card all the time. It's in like most of my decks. Exiling and non-land permanent in the same card for 3 life. Take that all day, man. Gets rid of stuff. That's like the whole point of,
My second card is...
Also, though, real quick, I don't know if you guys know, when they were originally designing that, the original one read, exile target non-land, non-rat permanent, which we thought were great. We have a lot of lobbyists working in Wizards, making sure that we have proper representation. And so, we had that on the bill. It was moving forward. Everybody was okay. Everybody was moving great with it. And then, just come the morning, this bullshit, they pull it out from us. They tell us the Anguish Unmaking will no longer be non-rat, only non-land permanent. And it's just a disgrace to our entire foundation.
Second card is Terminate. It is in the Rakdos Guild. 1 black, 1 red. Destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated.
Another one when they originally designed it was destroy target non-rat creature. It cannot be regenerated. And we were thrilled. And again,
yeah, I can see that.
Take it from us.
I don't play those colors like Rakdos. But yeah, I like it. It's a good card. The destroy target creature can't be regenerated. It's good flavor. Love it. For Rakdos, or just if you're playing red or black. Removal is key, man.
We hate it for the no representation of our people. Next.
All right, so if you like removal, you're gonna like this one. My third and last card is Heliod's Intervention for X and 2 planes. And it's one of those toolbox cards you like so much, Sorcerer Stash.
Yes.
Choose one. Destroy X target artifacts and or enchantments. Or the second thing you can choose is target player gains twice X life. Flavor text reading, I bring a dawn that no night can follow.
With my boy Heliod. My boy. My favorite commander. One of my favorite mono white commanders, Heliod. Love this card. I give it 2 thumbs up. all the time. I use it all the time.
That night cannot follow. Ridiculous. Are you kidding me? What is that? That's a direct insult of us.
I think Jacob's saying in the story.
Because we eat cheese? You think you could say these things about the rat or about the rat kingdom? It's ridiculous. We eat cheese. We live in the sewers. The night. F your dawn. No. Next.
Is this split pretty evenly? You use the both abilities pretty evenly, or I imagine you're never needing life. Yeah, you're probably never needing life, so you just use the removal.
Yeah, because you could get rid of 2 key enchantments or artifacts, or you could get rid of a creature that's an artifact. So it's a good toolbox card. I guess the life thing would make sense too. Like I play Heliod Suncrown a lot, like a stacks deck, but yeah, if I need life, but mostly in that deck, I'm just trying to stacks everyone out and just bust a combo out. So, but it's a great toolbox card. I've used it many times.
And in response, the Kingdom of the Rats casts Darkness. Fuck your card.
All right. And now the moment of truth, our top tier, mid, or jank segment. Each of us will present a card and we'll all vote to decide if it's top tier, mid, or jank.
Yeah, I've got a tricky one up my sleeve and I think it's a hidden gem.
I can't wait to see what you've got. Really, none of us can wait. We're all like really excited, especially the rats. We all think you're great. And bringing a classic that's been in and out of the meta is something that I think you very good at.
And I've got something from the latest set that's been generating some buzz. Let's dive in. Source of Stash, do you want to go first?
For my pick this week, so it is Void Rend for a white, a blue, and a black. It's an instant that says this spell can't be countered. Destroy target non-land permanent. And then I guess we're reading flavor. So let me read this one. Bits of the missing agent were discovered in various alleys across all 3 boroughs. Is that what it fucking says? I don't even know what it says, dude. But yeah, that's my pick. Void Rend, instant. Can't be countered. And destroy non-land permanents. It's a great card, man.
It says all 3 boroughs because it's got like, it's from New Campania, so it's got that like, I'm from New York kind of vibe going on.
I didn't really get into that set. I just
Kingdom of the Rats are familiar with New York.
So what do you guys what you guys think?
I hate it. Yes, I think it's a low rating. What is this? What are we doing? Smash or pass? Pass.
I'm gonna go with smash. I really like those colors. I like that color pie, so to speak. I have a Quasar deck that I run this card in.
Nerd.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, so I'm gonna smash.
All right, I'll take it.
Kingdom of the Rats. Do you want to share?
Oh, is it our turn already? Okay. Today, the Kingdom of the Rats has graciously decided to join in this festival of adoration of a card of our choosing, and we allow ours here to mock it or to love it. And so I bring before you today Mono Black. Costs 1 swamp. You get a 1/1 summon rat that cannot be blocked by walls. It is the Bog Rats, ladies and gentlemen, the Bog Rats, okay? We're talking about 1/1. You can't block it with walls. You got a wall? Sorry. You can't block my 1/1 rat. That only cost 1 swamp. All right, and let's read the flavor here. You ready? Their stench was vile and strong enough, but not nearly as powerful as their hunger.
In the darkness.
I can confer. We are very hungry over here, and we smell terrible. The stench is fucking vile, and it's strong enough, but it's not nearly as powerful as how hungry we are. I mean, we're eating trash. I eat trash out of the garbage. And so that is my card, the Bog Rats, the Kingdom of the Rats. Final answer, we choose. Now, what do you gentlemen think?
I'm going to give it 5 darkness.
What does that even mean?
I'm gonna say jank. Hard jank. Hard jank. Sorry.
Making enemies over here, huh? You disrespect the kingdom of the rats, we will not forget you. Your name is already etched on the wall like 25 times, so we will get you. Okay, Charlie, do you think?
Oh.
So, and I need you to be careful. You be careful. You disrespect my family.
I think I'm gonna have to go hard jank on this one as well.
Wow. This is ridiculous. This is why I've been invited. I've been invited here to be mocked and ridiculed. This is ridiculous. This is my close family member here that I have bore before you. Yes. Okay. You know what? We're done. We're done here. What do you think? Your turn, sir. What is your card? Let's see this. What you picked? Huh? You think you're better than the kingdom of the rats?
I went with a very salty stacks piece, and it's none other but smokestack. It's got stack in the name. It's 4 colorless. It's an artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a suit counter on smokestack. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacks a permanent for each suit counter on smokestack. Also, pay attention that it says you may. So if you don't have fodder to feed the smokestack, you don't have to put a suit counter on there. But let's just say you get something out like, I don't know, Bitter Blossom or something to generate tokens.
Or a Bog Rat, a 1/1 rat that you would sacrifice.
Or a 1/1 rat. Right. I mean, this could fit into several, this can go into several different colors.
We're going to report you to the Human Rights Council.
It can be in a black deck. It can be in a green deck. And so, yeah. And so then that's my choice, boys.
Pass. I hate it.
I like it. What? It's a good card. I love stacks, man. So, yeah, smokestack is
the kingdom of the rats are usually the ones fed to the smokestack. We do not like this card. You cannot ask us to like the tool of our destruction. I can't believe I've been brought here for this. No, pass. Garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage, Charlie.
It's a great card.
There's no flavor text.
It's dirty down here in the sewers.
Oh, coffee. Yeah, that one doesn't, huh?
No flavor text. So what I'm doing is I'm asking ChatGPT to create a flavor text for the card smokestack, and this is what it said: through the haze, the city's heartbeat endures, echoing between the crumbling spires. Urza, Academy Headmaster. It's not dope.
What?
Try to write a different one for Bog Rats. I want to.
Oh yeah, right.
You guys owe me. You guys owe my cousin. Let's get a cool new flavor text for Bog Rats.
Here it goes. It's thinking.
Nice. The kingdom of the rats respect AI.
Amidst the muck and the murk, their glowing eyes seek the forgotten treasures of ancient crypts.
The kingdom of the rats are pleased.
Isn't that
cool? The kingdom of the rats are pleased. You see? You see?
Just ask chat like all these funny quotes, dude. What's the quote for a 1/1 rat creature token?
Indeed. Well, we like the representation we're receiving now. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. You need to be more aware of the rat cause. Because we're trying to get out of the sewers, even though we love it down here.
Okay. ChatGPT says the flavor text is, as a relentless horde, their tiny, gnashing fangs hold the promise of plague and ruin.
Hey, that's actually
the kingdom of the rats are
pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Oh, wow.
Indeed. Quite a powerful tool, huh?
Thanks for tuning in into Magic and Chill. Remember, fellow Planeswalkers, your feedback and support keeps us going. If you enjoyed the episode, share it with your playgroup and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform.
And don't forget to follow us on our social media. You can find all the links in the episode description.
Until next time, keep shuffling, keep slinging spells, and most importantly, make sure you clean your undercarriage. This is so important. Nobody tells. We don't stress this enough for the Rat Kingdom. For everyone, we just want we want undercarriages to be clean. and keep Magic the Gathering alive. Thank you.
Magic and Chill Podcast. This is.
And that wraps up another enchanting episode of Magic and Chill. We hope you've had as much fun as we have exploring the fascinating world of Magic, the Gathering. Don't forget, fellow Planeswalkers, you can stay connected with us by following our social media accounts on TikTok, Threads, Instagram, and YouTube. All the links can be found in the description of this podcast. And for even more magic, consider joining our vibrant Discord channel, where you can chat with fellow listeners, share deck ideas, and dive deeper into the world of Magic. Before we go, we have a humble request for you, our amazing listeners. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean the world to us if you shared Magic and Chill with your friends, family, and your playgroup. Your support helps us continue to bring you the content you love. Until next time, keep shuffling those decks. May your draws be ever in your favor, and always remember to keep it salty.